Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming in today. Welcome to the presentation of the Virtual USA Flying Club 5-year anniversary event. I will be starting off tonight's stream with a few videos about the Bayport Aerodrome, including one YouTube video from our good buddy Slant Alpha Adventures, our good friend Rob Sherman Jr. So please enjoy this set of videos while we get set up. And then you guys will hear me go through the Virtual USA Flying Club briefing at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. There are some thunderstorms in my area, so if I suddenly stop streaming for whatever reason, it means I probably lost power. So let's pray that doesn't happen. Hope you guys enjoy the videos. I hope you guys enjoy the stream today. Let's go ahead and get started.
While Rocky Moore, Mr. Blue Point, was selling Sherwin-Williams paint, another Blue Point resident was putting Bayport on the map. Jim Davis, a local house mover, bought a big tract of land that was to become later known as the Bayport Aerodrome.
Brakes in contact.
Brakes in contact.
Well, the original airfield was my father, who was Kurt Davis. He took this land from his father, who used to grow corn here. And my father got into flying in the early 40s, and he decided he wanted his own strip close to home. So that's how it started. Well, when we started out, he called it Davis Field, and he named it after himself, of course, and he had a lot of work ahead of him.
In the early days of aviation, most airports were called aerodromes, and the idea was that they were just wide open grass spaces, and the aerodrome was either circular in nature or square.
It was in the early 40s that we started building the airfield and so on. And it made it a little bit easier because there was corn here before for the central strip. But my brother and I used to, this is where we learned how to drive and so on, because we had an old 39 Chevrolet that we'd go around and pick up all the stumps and when they were clearing the land and bring them down and throw them in the big hole in the back here, and it was, we had a good time.
Back before the war, was at some point sold to the Edwards family, but they had 3 hangars down at the other end of the field, which were actually, we have 1 runway now, but they actually were in the center of 2 cross runways. The story is that all 3 hangars came from Roosevelt Field. The local folklore is that actually one of the hangars that was here actually housed the Spirit of St. Louis. There is no verification of that whatsoever, but it's a great local story.
Well, in the beginning, we had the building behind me, was the first hangar that was put up. And then, you know, as the years went on, probably a couple of years later, then we built 2 or 3, not me really, but my father built 2 or 3 other buildings over here, one for himself, and one for Chilo Bianchi, and the other one, I guess, was for anybody who wanted to keep their plane here.
If you've seen our logo, you'll see a tower that's on the logo. That's actually I believe it was an observation tower that was down on Fire Island. It was brought here by and I don't know whether it was the Davis family or the Edwards family that brought it over here, but that was actually the pseudo control tower, if you want to call it, being that we didn't have it. It wasn't a controlled field, but they kind of was the point of going up and watching the airplanes.
And then we put up a Coast Guard tower that we brought over from Fire Island. It was a control tower we put up by the 3 buildings, which isn't here anymore, of course. And it was becoming quite an airfield.
The earliest airplane we have here is a replica of a 1911 Blériot.
It was a French design. It was the first airplane to fly across the English Channel. This was made, however, here in the United States. It's of particular interest because it actually flew the first airmail in the United States. What is really very interesting about it, it went all the way from Garden City to Mineola. Actually, the man took off, and rather than landing, he dropped a sack of mail out of the airplane.
We do have some famous old planes here. One was a Curtiss Robin that established at one time an endurance record of a number of days in the air. They actually refueled and lubricated the engine while it was in flight. It stayed up for quite a few days, and the fellows were flying it, and they were eating, doing what they had to do in the air for that number of days. That plane is still here.
They refueled this airplane by driving down the highway, and a platform was built onto the side of the airplane. The pilot would fly the airplane, and his mechanic would go out on the platform, lower down a rope, hoist up gas cans as they were flying down the highway, and refuel the airplane in flight, and that's how they established this endurance record.
And about 1946, I guess it was, somewhere around in there, they had this big party up here. And they called it a donkey roast. And they had a lot of pilots flying around doing, you know, exhibitions, and they had, it was a huge crowd here. And one plane, they were playing the part where somebody ran out and jumped in the plane, was stealing the plane like, and he took off, but unfortunately he crashed. He didn't get hurt, but he survived, but it was quite amusing for the whole crowd anyway.
As far as this aerodrome, everything you see, all the flights you see, the flying and everything, it's all volunteer.
The purpose of the society is to further interest in aviation amongst the younger people. We find that a lot of the youngsters don't know very much about our early history or the early history of airplanes in general. So we want to try and foster that and gather their interest, because we're getting to be a bunch of old guys here. We want somebody to follow us, and we want to keep the old airplanes, the old antique airplanes flying.
Well, to build this field today would probably take you about 10 years to get permits, and if you could ever get them, and you'd probably die before you ever got anything done. Compared to years ago, when if you owned the land, you could almost do whatever you wanted. You know, it was a cornfield, you turn it into an airfield, which was very nice, but I wouldn't want to try it today.
It's a real gem, it's a real jewel, and it's a real asset, we believe, to the town of Bayport. And we would like to keep it that way.
If you own a home in Westchester County or upstate New York,
Frickin' advertisements. Hold on.
The purpose of this video is to acquaint pilots who are unfamiliar with the Bayport Aerodrome to the procedures in approaching and departing the aerodrome safely and without conflict with the ISLIP Class C airspace. The common traffic advisory frequency at the Bayport Aerodrome is 122.70. New York approach is 118.00 or 120.05, depending on which section you're approaching from. Here in this part of the video, we are departing on runway 36. We have a displaced threshold on runway 36, but you can use the entire runway for your departure. After we take off on 36, there is a commercial development just to the north of the airport. We fly over that. And then there's a housing development with 15 brand new luxury homes. If you can make a turn before you go over the houses, that's fine. If you can't, practice safe flying. Make your left turn to your crosswind leg, and then another left turn flying over the lakes, which you see here in the video. These are called the Sans Souci Lakes. Do not go above 700 feet. This is basically your downwind leg. We do not have closed traffic at the Bayport Aerodrome. Anytime you take off from the runway, you must fly your airplane all the way out to the Great South Bay, then turn around and come in, execute the proper approach procedure for the runway. We have a lot of traffic at the airport that does not use radios. We have many antique airplanes there that do not have radios, and we have students that take flying lessons. So please just remember that. But you can come to the Bayport Aerodrome without a radio. All you have to do is approach below 700 feet, and we have a keyhole cut out for us, and it's not a problem. Islip MacArthur Airport, which is located just north of our airport, is our controlling facility. You can call Islip, or if you call flight service, you can tell them that you want to know about NOTAMs for the Bayport Aerodrome. They'll be on the Islip NOTAMs. As you get down towards the Great South Bay, you can stay to the right. The river turns a little bit to the left right there, and you can stay to the right and stay away from the marina. This gives incoming aircraft some extra room. But when you approach to land on runway 18, you'll come straight up the river between the jetties. And you can call 122.7 and advise Bayport traffic over the shoreline for 18 Bayport. Or Bayport traffic, Cessna over the shoreline for 36 Bayport. That's all you have to say. If you look here, you'll see this big white house. You will fly directly over that house. It's below 700 feet, parallel the streets below, and fly all the way up to the school. Notice the school on the right-hand side, lower right-hand side of the screen. That's the Bayport High School. And we are going to fly up along the west end of that high school property. And when you look down, you'll see the Long Island Railroad tracks. You will make a right turn, and now you're on base, making a right turn onto base. So we have a left base to runway 36. A right turn onto a left base for runway 36. It's a very short base to final. Now we make a left turn to final, and there's our two runways. One runway will be closed, and the other runway will be used. They're generally marked with an X, whichever is closed, and the open one is the one with the white threshold markings, and generally where the other airplanes are landing. Don't hit the VATSIMs, please. The elevation of our airport is 42 feet. Okay, here we are. We're taking off on runway 18. Finally got off the ground. And all you got to do is climb up to about 600 to 650 feet and go straight ahead. But anyway, if you look down, there's the nice houses down there. And again, once you get down to and cross the shoreline and you're over the water of the Great South Bay, you can go up to any altitude except above 1,500 feet. You must stay below 1,500 feet unless you call New York Approach and get clearance into the Class C airspace. Now, you can keep on going straight out to Fire Island, which doesn't really show up too well in the video, but it's only about 3 miles offshore, straight ahead. And once you get to Fire Island and cross the barrier island, then you can go up to any altitude you want. You're in uncontrolled airspace out there, knock yourself out. Down there on the right, in the center of the screen, you'll see the jetties coming out by the entrance to where the ferry boats go in and out. And we're going to fly directly up that river. That river there is called Browns River. And that's going to give us the approach for runway 18. When you're about here, you'll call Bayport Aerodrome at 122.7 and say Bayport traffic, Navy, N3N, over the shore level, 18 Bayport. Notice we're banking slightly to the right because the river does split. Up ahead, you'll see what they call the Sans Souci Lakes, and we're staying above those lakes. And just to the right of the screen, you'll notice now that the Bayport Aerodrome is in sight. You'll notice that when we start to parallel the runway, we should call Bayport traffic, Navy, downwind, runway 18, because now you've entered downwind. And we're going to get ready to turn base. What we want to do is keep one thing in mind. Right down there where you see all that traffic, that's Sunrise Highway, Route 27 on your road map. We don't want to cross Sunrise Highway because that puts us in Islip MacArthur's airspace from the surface to 1,500 or to 700 feet. So we want to stay south of Sunrise Highway. We are turning base, and we're going to be turning final. You'll notice that your base to final is very short. It's almost a U-turn, especially if you have a tailwind from the west when you turn, or a wind from the west. So here we are lined up with the runways for runway 18. Be sure you land on the open runway. We expect you to do a good job.
When you're making your approach to runway 18, make sure you don't cross Sunrise Highway because you're going to go into airspace that we don't belong in. See? When you're taking off runway 18, make sure when you lift out, you don't go above what? 700 feet. You go straight out to the bay. Don't go left, don't go right. Big trouble. After you're out past the shoreline there, you can go up to 1,000 feet and not worry about it. See? When you approach, I forgot to tell you, when you approach from runway 18 from the water, make sure you come in over those two jetties. They're a good thing to line up on, and then follow the lake all the way down. The airport will be on the right side. See? And you make it back.
You know, last year, I couldn't even spell aviator. Now I are one.
Another thing, welcome guests. If you want to know any more, you call this number or this email. Okay? Can't wait to see you.
Alright, this next video that we're about to see is actually from our very own Slant Alpha Adventures. He was with me at the Bayport Fly-In, the 60th anniversary Bayport Fly-In. This was last year, so that would be 2023 that you're going to see the video. It is much more well attended last year than it was this year, mostly because last year had much nicer weather, and I think it was because it was the 60th anniversary. So enjoy this video. Again, this is from our very own Slant Alpha Adventures, our good friend Rob Sherman Jr. About 12 minutes, 13 minutes on this one, and then we'll hang out until it's time for a briefing. Pray to God I don't lose power as this storm gets closer, chat. Sorry about the ads, chat. That was a weird ad, too.
Don't go above 700.
Spot up on the grass over there when it goes to showtime.
Yeah. Surely so.
That's what the sunscreen's for, baby.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought about your blood flow?
Apparently we're going to get ads every 3 seconds here. There we go.
Hang on, I'll be right with you.
Those things are cool though. They're cool, but probably that's what hit the other plane in the
He's scooting. Do not cross Sunrise Highway.
Much more gentle when there's a passenger.
fly with me, let's fly away.
Russian Lobster, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
That's the issue.
Through the study of movement, cooling.
Oh my god, why is there an ad every 3 minutes? This is so annoying, YouTube. Thomas V, thank you for the follow.
And then the other one I heard was like, if it's leaking oil, that means it has oil, so it's good.
You gotta worry when it stops.
Right. You're fine, you're fine. Cameo.
Oh, here we go. You got that big of a bomb drop where you got to clear the field? We'll put the bomb here, look at the drop. Bomb drop. They'll be 100 yards away, I'll get the roof.
There you go, guys. So again, those are just some Bayport videos. This last one being from our good buddy Slant Alpha Adventures. Make sure you subscribe to him both on YouTube and here on Twitch as well. Make sure to give him a follow. Thank you for coming in today. This is the Virtual USA Flying Club 5-year anniversary event. My name is Mike. Welcome to the stream. Here's a nice overhead shot of the Bayport Aerodrome. Now it is not real time because there's no lights at the Bayport Aerodrome, so it's daytime only field, as you saw in one of the signs in Rob's video. The weather is set to clear skies VFR manually Because in real world, of course, anytime there's a Virtue Safe Flying Club event, it has to rain and be garbage. Go figure. Actually, I do want to warn everyone in the chat, if suddenly the stream stops, cuts off, I probably lost power because there's a massive thunderstorm that's about to come through and hit my area. So I apologize in advance if that does happen, and I'm hoping it doesn't, because in about 15 minutes time I'm going to be doing the briefing for the Virtue Safe Flying Club event, which thankfully I can do on my phone with the 4G if, God forbid, I do lose power with these storms that are probably going to start hitting me in, sure enough, about 15 minutes. It's amazing how that freaking works, chat. So let's keep our fingers crossed. But of course, Mother Nature decided that on the most important event of the year for the Flying Club that it was going to give us this garbage stormy weather. So everyone in the sim will be manually setting VFR weather. NYARTCC on VATSIM has already coordinated with us. I've coordinated with them. They're all friends of mine since I am part of NYARTCC. They know what we're doing. They know that we're going to be VFR. They know that we're setting this manually. They're all aboard on this event. We're going to have plenty of pilots flying out of Bayport. We're going to have plenty of air traffic control helping us get into Stewart, Wilkes-Barre, and Trenton, which is our 3 destination fields. There's probably going to be a lot of pilots flying in the exclusion and in the on the Skyline route up the Hudson River, SFRA. It's going to be a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys tuning in. For all the Virtue Safe Flying Club members, I appreciate those of you who are flying out for the event this evening. We have a lot of great giveaways that we'll be doing after the event. If you did real weather, you could have skipped flying and gone straight to drinking. Oh boy. Well, we want to get a flight in, so this is the way it's going to be. You guys can see that Bayport is starting to fill up nice and good. Some aircraft slewing around because we do have limited parking on the field, and it's going to be pretty difficult probably to get all of us parked up and ready to go here. But I'm going to listen now into the Virtue Safe Flying Club Discord, and we're going to get ready. Like I said, we got about 12 minutes now. 12 minutes until we're going to be doing the briefing for the 5-year anniversary event. It is Bayport Flyout. I'll show you guys the event banner for maybe those of you who haven't seen it already. I'm sure most of you have, but this is what we're doing this evening. I want to thank our sponsors, Slant Alpha Adventures, Jeffrey B., Eric Flight, the Pilot Club. Thank you to the Pilot Club for your pilots that are flying and joining with us on this event this evening to celebrate our 5-year anniversary. Melvin Leroy, November 8033 Fox, NYARTCC. Thank you guys so much for providing the air traffic control this evening. Downwind Sim, a couple others that aren't on the banner. I know Boozy Sheep is flying along with us. I hope that Arch NDA can fly along with us. He's in the chat as well. I'm trying to think who else I can mention. There's plenty. Iowa Scotsman is joining us. He's got a stream going, STW222, another streamer on Twitch. So plenty of our fellow friends here on Twitch, plenty of our fellow NYARTCC members and club members joining us for the event this evening. So sit back, relax, hang tight. You're going to notice I don't have my webcam because you don't need to see me repositioning in my chair every 5 seconds. I'm still recovering a little bit from the issues I've been having with my neck. That has not been fun. So we're no webcam tonight. I don't need you to see me. I don't need you guys to see me struggle and moving around and doing whatever. So that's why you get just the view of the pretty field and the pretty airplanes tonight. You can stick with that. That's all you guys need this evening. So again, hang tight. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the 5-year anniversary event for the Virtue Safe Flying Club. You guys should get a nice overhead view of the field right now as everyone's starting to get parked up, ready to go. And we got about 10 minutes until the briefing. So it is going to be a little quiet on the stream here. Actually, I guess I can get the sim sounds to be going now. Since let's see, is it going to be loud? Not really. We can let the sim sounds be our little ASMR as we wait for the briefing. Born from Pearls, if you're a Flying Club member, you're welcome to join in. Yes, the briefing starts in about 10 minutes. And even if you're not a Flying Club member, you're welcome to watch along. But the briefing starts in, we'll call it 9 minutes now. So you still got time to join. Make sure you read the briefing, though. There's a lot involved here. If you haven't already downloaded the required scenery, you're going to need to do that. You're going to need to watch the approach and departure video. So you might not be able to get right in right this second. You're going to have to make sure that you go and get the required scenery and read all of the important information on the briefing. There's a lot involved with this one. You can just jump in with us, but at the same time you can't. You want to make sure you get the scenery downloaded for your appropriate sim and make sure you read through the briefing, watch the instructional video. So it's going to take you a little bit of time, but we got so many departures that even if it takes you about a half an hour to get through all that, you still have plenty of people probably waiting to depart in front of you. Okay, just a quick reminder, the briefing is going to start here, guys, in about, we'll call it 8 minutes. If you're on the ground already at Bayport, make sure please file the VFR flight plan, because otherwise it shows you on the ground at ISLP on VATSIM for some reason. So make sure as soon as you get the chance that you file the VFR flight plan on VATSIM. Again, just for visibility purposes, I would really appreciate it. About 8 minutes, or excuse me, 9 minutes, and then we'll start the briefing here. And also very important, if for whatever reason you haven't downloaded the required scenery already, you're going to have to make sure you do that before you connect to the sim. Nick Gresel, that's correct. The plan is to do at least a minute prior to departure. Everyone's going to eyeball it for themselves. I'm going to put faith in my club members. Give us a tour of the field in the drone cam. Yeah, I got some time to do that. Let me speed up the drone cam here, because otherwise it's going to be real slow. So we'll start right from Vitamin Drive. Again, we have our good buddy Johnny was able to get the nice sign right in here from the parking lot. You can see we got a whole line of aircraft ready to go already. We will be departing 1-8, which is probably the easiest departure, which is fine. You got some of the hangars here on the north side. A lot of nice old antique aircraft live in those hangars. This building, not as nice as it used to be, but it is there. You can see that the west runway is the one that's open, and it should be the west one in all the sims. That's also the one that happened to be open in real life yesterday, so that kind of works out in terms of a little bit of added realism. And then you've got the other set of hangars over here in the windsock as well over here. Very, very nicely done Bayport scenery. Our Virtual USA Flying Club member Johnny Hayes is responsible for making the scenery in Microsoft Flight Sim. We've got our good buddy Downwind Sim is the one who made it for X-Plane 11, X-Plane 12, and Eric Flight, if you happen to be flying FSX or P3D, is the one that made that. All Flying Club members with custom scenery made for the Bayport Aerodrome this evening. As you get a nice big zoom out, you can just see how many people are already connected and getting ready to go here. There will be a club photo that our good buddy Jeffrey B will be taking. Answer. Loud and clear. Our good buddy Jeffrey B will be taking the group photo at 7:10, so pretty much as soon as I'm finishing up the briefing, so that we can have nice pretty pictures for whoever's already on the ground. And then we'll get started, and we'll have a lot of aircraft departing out to our 3 destinations. Again, we have Stewart, Kilo Sierra Whiskey Foxtrot, Trenton, Kilo Tango November, excuse me, and Wilkes-Barre Scranton, Kilo Alpha Victor Papa are the 3 destinations that the Flying Club members can pick from. I was hoping for an even spread. It's going to be an even-ish spread. It looks like we got 20 that say they're going to Wilkes-Barre, 14 that are going to be going to Stewart, and 13 that are going to Trenton. That's a good enough spread for me. Everyone's going to be nice and happy on the ATC side as well on the pilot side. So again, we're just waiting until 7 o'clock. I start the briefings right on the dot. I'm keeping an eye on the clock on my phone to be absolutely sure. The sky is getting darker and darker outside my window, so again, I apologize if the stream just cuts off magically, randomly. It means I probably lost power because of the storms that are moving my way. Thankfully, I'm looking at the radar. It looks like they're just starting to die down a little bit before they hit me, which is good. Hopefully that means I won't lose power. It's actually, might get a little bit of luck. Fingers crossed tonight. I'm hoping and I'm praying, chat. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that as we get our final preparations underway here for the 5-year anniversary event. Now, I haven't, is my bot working? It should be working. Let's pull it up. If you're not already a Flying Club member, by the way, chat, and you're watching and you're thinking, what the hell is he talking about? There's a link to the Discord right there. The Virtual USA Flying Club is now going into year 6 of being a general aviation specific VATSIM flying club. And we do about 4 to 6 events every month, all general aviation related. We've got, I gotta say, we gotta be close to 800 people in the Discord now. And great group of individuals in the Discord. I have learned a lot. I've made a lot of friends. So if you're a VATSIM member and you're not already involved, you enjoy flying general aviation, you definitely want to get involved. Join the Discord and join us for some of these great events that we put on. Again, 4 to 6 times every month, all centered around general aviation. Where's the hammock? I don't think the hammock was modeled in between the trees. Can only just take a guess of how many people we have on the ground so far, but I'm going to guess that it's a lot. Let's see if I can count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's one hiding in the bushes there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. I think 33 or 34 right now. And I still believe there are more that are getting themselves prepared up. I think there's also a couple that are still flying in from other places before then departing out when the event starts. So we've got a briefing that starts here. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close to the briefing. I hope everyone is ready to go. I'm going to be shooting from the hip a little bit on this briefing, but I'm going to try and make sure that I cover all the important points to all of my Virtue USA Flying Club members that they need to know. And of course, we also have all the NYAirTCC controllers are also in the Discord as well, listening into the briefing so that they know exactly what we're going to be doing and what they can expect from the Virtue USA Flying Club members. It's getting real dark outside my window in the real world. I am hoping and praying that I can get this briefing in and get this all done without the power going out. I do have my phone as a backup, at least for the briefing. It won't work for the sim. Although I do finally have the UPS set up so that it will protect my computer. The router is not hooked up to it because I have not been able to do that yet. So at least my computer will be protected should I lose power. But other than that, and I already just saw the first bolt of lightning outside, chat, so let the fun begin right as I'm about to start this briefing here. Urbis Brian, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today. Thank you for joining us for the event. I appreciate you. We got 1 minute until the briefing starts, and I just saw, like I said, I just saw the first bolt of lightning, so this is going to be interesting, to say the least. But I've got my phone ready as backup in case I do pop, lose my Wi-Fi here and lose power. Actually, just going to go to the 5G for my phone now, so that way if it does happen, it'll be a quick transition. I'm hoping I can do the reverse psychology on it, Kenny Monster. If I talk about it enough, then maybe we don't have to worry about it happening. Trying to reverse psychology of the weather. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Alright, everybody can hear me fine, correct?
Yes. We hear you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Alright, it's 7 o'clock on the East Coast. Let's get this party started. First and foremost, thank you all so much for coming in today. I see 52 in the channel. That would tie exactly the attendance that we had for the record which we set for the 4-year anniversary event. So it looks like we're off to a pretty good start when it comes to that already. I still think there's a handful of people that are planning to joining us along the way. So thank you all so much for being a part of the Virtue USA Flying Club. Thank you for being here for our 5-year anniversary. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful quote-unquote day out of Bayport and the New York area that we will be forcing into the sim because of the not-so-beautiful weather that the Flying Club seems to get for all of its important events. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with that. First and foremost, it's going to be runway 18 is in use at Bayport this evening to abide by what the real world winds are doing. So runway 18 at Bayport, that makes the departure pretty simple. Fly straight out until you get to the to the Great South Bay there. Make sure you do not go above 700 until you're over the bay. At that point, you really are on your own in terms of what you want to do, leaving the routing entirely up to you, whether you're going to Stewart, Wilkes-Barre, or Trenton. We do have plenty of ATC coverage from our good friends at NYARTCC, so I will encourage flight following. But again, it's all up to you. The SFRA is going to be open as well. All up to you guys how you want to fly it. The only things that are going to be required is that you are going to have to manually input the weather. So you have to keep the winds, temperature, pressure are all supposed to be the real world, and then you can adjust the sim and the visibility and all ceilings and precipitation and all that as you need to. Listen, our guys at NYAirTCC fully understand what we're doing here. They know exactly what we're doing in terms of setting the manual VFR weather. If the wind, temperature, pressure, if it's not exact, but it's close, and your shim is showing you at the correct altitude, that's fine, especially since we're all going to be VFR aircraft and we're all going to maintain visual separation from each other. That's another thing I want to say is that we are see and avoid, obviously, whether we're getting flight following or not. There is no formation flying in this club. Every single departure out of Bayport this evening, I would request please give at least 1 minute after the person in front of you is wheels up before you start your takeoff roll. Wherever you may be in line, I do expect there to be a lot of patience this evening with the departures because, there's like 40 of us already on the ground. That means that's going to take at least 40 to 45 minutes with a minute in between everyone to get everyone in the air. So if you happen to be far away from runway 18 because of the parking situation, I'm just going to preach patience this evening. And, let's not get on anyone. Let's not pressure anyone if someone's taking their time. We've got our controllers are planning on being on all the way until 10 o'clock Eastern. The attendance and the entries for the drawings, the giveaways, is open until 10:30. So you still have that much time to get on the ground at either Stewart, Wilkes-Barre, or Trenton to then be able to be entered in the giveaways. Now again, whether you're flying with the club or you're one of the NYARTCC controllers who are controlling for the event this evening and you're a club member, you all will be eligible for the giveaways that we'll be doing. Please make sure that you've read the message that I put in the attendance 5-year anniversary channel, so that way you know what you need to put so that you can mark yourself for attendance. For the pilots, you're not going to put that information until after you land at either Trenton, Stewart, or Wilkes-Barre. For air traffic controllers, once I'm finished with this briefing, you can go right ahead, air traffic controllers, and put what position you're controlling once I finish with the voice briefing here. Now, if you want to fly back to Bayport afterwards, that's on you. But again, it's runway 18, so make sure you're doing the proper procedure. And if there's still, for whatever reason, a bunch of departures coming out of Bayport and you're coming back in, just make sure that you are communicating appropriately on the CTAF frequency. And thankfully, VATSIM has made the wise decision, at least for now, to continue the trial going on the CTAF. They better make it permanent. VATSIM, make it permanent. So we are using 122.7 at the Bayport Aerodrome. That is the real-world CTAF. And if you decide you want to do the exclusion zone going up the Hudson SFRA, that frequency is 123.05 for the advisories if you're not going to be inside of the Class Bravo doing the Skyline route but want to still fly up the Hudson. So make sure you keep that in mind as well. Everything is real-world except for the weather, and that just is what it is. There's nothing we can do about that. I'm praying that my power doesn't go out. Alright, so I covered the setting of the weather. I have covered what pilots are expected of. I have covered how to get entered into the giveaways. I'm trying to think if there's any other important things that I need to discuss. Give me 1 minute. While I'm thinking, if you guys have any questions, start thinking about them now. Don't ask them yet. I just want to review my own work here. Make sure I didn't miss anything important. Hopefully everyone has downloaded the appropriate sceneries for Bayport, whether it's for Microsoft Flight Sim X-Plane 12 or 11 or FSX P3D. Those links are in the briefing. If you haven't done it already, then you gotta do it. You have to close your sim, download the appropriate scenery, and then reload and all that. It has to be in there. And again, I want to thank all of our sponsors this evening. VATSIM, since we are a VATSIM partner, VAT USA, we partner with them as well. NYAirTCC for providing us with the great air traffic control this evening. Be patient on the frequencies, guys, with each other, because there's a lot of us. Be patient with the controllers, and they're going to be patient with you. The controllers know that there are going to be a handful of the pilots in here that are newer, not as experienced, or maybe a little intimidated by what we're doing with the event tonight, and they are going to handle you calmly and correctly and abide by all of their standard operating procedures. So you can put those worries at ease. Everyone is here to have a good time and help everyone out tonight. I will be streaming. Our good buddy Slant Alpha, I know, is streaming. Jeffrey B on Twitch. Eric Lemaire, Melvin Leroy. Unfortunately, Brant can't be with us tonight because he's got real world obligations. November 8033 Fox, Downwind Sim. The Pilot Club is joining us this evening. Thank you for all the members of the Pilot Club that are joining us as well for our 5-year anniversary event tonight. I appreciate it. I know we also have Boozy Sheep was not on the list, but he's going to be streaming tonight. Iowa Scotsman as well, and a few others. So I thank everyone for being here, and I think that really does cover it in terms of what I needed to cover for the briefing, because a lot of the other stuff you really needed to do on your own in terms of watching the video and figuring out your route and how to get out of Bayport and where you are going. So now that I have finished talking, does anybody have any questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
We have to get clearance to go up the Skyline route, right?
Correct. If you want to do it with air traffic control, the Skyline route is a Class Bravo clearance.
Do we know who we're following?
So if you want to get flight following right from the start, you would start with the New York approach on 134.55. You can pick that up pretty much right after you get out of the Bayport Aerodrome, once you get over the Sound, if you wish to do it then. However, if you want to wait until you, let's say you want to stay clear of the Bravo, you're going to go along Kennedy. If you're going to do the Kennedy South shoreline below 500 feet, I recommend you call Kennedy Tower, and that would probably be the best place to start then for the Skyline route, or even for the exclusion if you plan on going that way. Are there any other questions? This is good. That means you guys have read the briefing. You guys have prepared yourself. I know there was tons of discussions about the event over the last couple of weeks. Let's make it happen, guys. Have fun. I'm only going to ask one thing of everyone, and that is, again, patience. Please be patient taking off out of Bayport. Please be patient on all the frequencies. Please be patient with our air traffic controllers, because there is a lot of us flying out, and there's going to be a lot of activity. And the controllers also have other aircraft that they might be dealing with that are not related to the club, since it is still VATSIM. So again, patience is key tonight. Have fun. The event is now open, so any of the controllers, you can go ahead into the attendance channel and put what position you're controlling for any of the pilots. You have until 10:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time to go and get to your destination airport and log yourself for attendance and for the giveaways. If anybody has any questions, I will be hanging out in the Discord to answer any questions that you might have. It is time to go. Have fun, guys. I also do not need to be the first to depart because I haven't even started my airplane yet. So whenever you guys want to start getting yourselves to runway 18, stay clear of the runway at all times when you're taxiing to get in line. Try not to hit anyone else. And again, patience is key. And can I ask a couple of my admin that are in here listening to me, since I got my stream and other stuff going on, would you guys be able to go take care of the people that put themselves into the waiting room, please? I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to lean on you guys for that tonight, my fellow admin. And before anyone departs, actually, probably we should, I think I might have jumped the gun here. I do want Jeffrey B to get some club photos, so if you are still on the ground, I think I saw one guy go, but that's okay. If you guys are still on the ground, if you want to hang tight for maybe just a couple minutes, we'll get the group photo here from Jeffrey B, who's probably already been starting to take them already, I imagine, if I know him well. And then we'll just take it about 1 more minute, and then we'll start departures. So just whoever is the first in line there, give it 1 minute, and then you guys can go ahead and start getting departures after we get all the pictures. Again, get screenshots, guys. As many screenshots as you want. Put them in the Flight Sim Pics channel, and I'll pick the best of the screenshots that I received tonight and put them into a little compilation for some posts, probably on the VATSIM Facebook page, VAT USA, our own Facebook page, and etc., etc. So thank you, guys. Everyone smile at the camera, which Jeffrey has positioned somewhere on the field. Just take your best guess where it is and smile. That's not where I want you to be. Alright, chat, thanks for coming in today. Kenny Monster, thank you for getting rid of the spam. I appreciate it. We are going to go ahead and get ourselves started up. I'm going to stop my stream now in the Flying Club Discord, and we're going to focus up, and we're going to get going here. It is pouring rain outside, chat. I'm praying to God that I do not lose power. Let's go ahead and get into the cockpit and get this show on the road. We are in the Cessna 152. No, it is not the JP Logistics mod, because we have this beautiful livery that our good buddy Zach Bartig, one of the admin of the Virtually Safe Flying Club, put together for us, and unfortunately it does not work with the JP Logistics one, so we're using the base model 152, which is fine. It's a 152. It's not that serious. I've got my, some reps in to make sure I remember how to fly the base model 152 in the sim. So, but just look at this beauty. You got the 5-year anniversary on the tail, Virtually Safe Flying Club, of course, November 124 Mike Charlie, which is me. And I love under the tail, he's got the little Bayport bust under the wing there. So just an absolutely wonderful livery again. Every single time Zach makes a livery for me, he outdoes himself one time after another. So just a beautiful, beautiful looking aircraft, and this is what we will be using for the event this evening. Again, all my air traffic controllers, make sure that you put your information into the attendance channel now. All the air traffic controllers, put your information in the attendance channel now, and yeah, and if Jeff G, if you're in the TeamSpeak, if you could pass that along to anybody that is a club member and also in the NYRTCC, to make sure that they get themselves listed for attendance, please, since I see you're still in here. Thank you. All right, let's get started. Sorry, chat. Just got a lot of managerial duties I got to do with this, so we'll go everything on. Just a quick start. I'm gonna rush it, and we're gonna get on out of here. We're gonna go ahead and get 122.7 in COM 1. And we're going to start listening to the Bayport Aerodrome, and I'm going to fire away. Clear left, clear right, clear pop.
Need, a few minutes here.
So I just want to be clear and specific. We're calling JFK G approach. Get past the Verrazano?
Depends on what altitude. If you're going to do the south shoreline of Kennedy, you would probably only have to call Kennedy Tower. If you're doing the flight following, like I said, right away out of Bayport, you would start with New York approach on 134.55. But again, if you want to enter the Bravo at a higher altitude before getting to Kennedy, then yes, it would be 128.125. But if you're going to be below the Bravo and doing the south shoreline, you would start out with probably Kennedy Tower. It depends on how you want to do it.
Well, I'm just saying there is no tower, so we're calling approach.
There is tower at Kennedy. There's nothing. There is tower at Kennedy. Yep, he's on. I see him. 119.1. I see him there.
Oh, okay. Here on the ground.
Mustafa, thanks for coming in today. Sorry you couldn't join us, but I appreciate you being a member of the club. I know you were able to join us for it last year. I'm sorry you can't join us this year, but I appreciate you stopping by the stream. My sim is so laggy with the amount of aircraft that are on the ground right now trying to depart out of Bayport. Let me go ahead and get myself nudged into the front of the line here.
Bayport traffic, helicopter 525 Victor, taxiing runway 18 on the west side. Bayport.
Cessna 4 Mike Charlie is going to be number 1 on the east side. We'll wait for this other aircraft that's coming down the pike here.
Bayport traffic, Davalent 81 Hotel uniform, taxiing 218 from the windsock. We'll be aware of any traffic in the area, find our place in line.
I mean, just look at how many aircraft we have on the ground right here, chat. These are all Flying Club members.
Taking off, runway 18.
Doing the event. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. I think I count at least 42, and there's already a couple that departed on their way. It's going to be a hell of an event. Thank you for putting up with me on the fast count there.
And Bayport traffic, Twin Comanche, Charlie Golf, Golf Romeo, Sierra will be taxiing for takeoff 18, and we're currently about midfield on the west side.
Bayport traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie lining up 18, Bayport. So we're going to Stewart, chat. I probably should tell you guys what route I planned on doing now that we're getting into our part of the stream here. So this is the route I'm doing. We're going to depart out of Bayport. We're going to go along the south shoreline of Kennedy. I'm going to pick up flight following right away from Long Island MacArthur. The approach controller covering that area. We're going to fly down. We'll do the south shoreline below 500. We'll come up. We'll do the Skyline route with ATC up the Hudson and go all the way up the Hudson to Stewart International Airport. So we're going to have 1 minute now for this guy since he just departed. And we've got pretty much all the staffing that we need for all the airports that we are flying to. Please point out all the good bagel places along this route. Yeah, I mean, on Long Island, you could
behind the 840 airport.
Pretty much just throw a dart and you would hit a good bagel place on Long Island. Pretty much. There's a lot of good ones. Alright, we've got about a minute. Bayport.
Gulfstream 159 Whiskey Foxtrot on the east side behind the RV7, short 18.
Sorry, chat. Bayport traffic, Cessna 124, Mike Charlie, departing runway 18, Bayport. A little squirrely because my rudder pedals slid around on my feet.
Bayport traffic, Agent 4 X-ray is going to be taxiing runway 18 behind the train.
Hawkmania, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. That's a great sound. Yeah, my rudder pedal slid out from my feet as soon as I took off, so that was a great start. We're off to a rip-roaring start here. We'll make sure we stay below 700 feet so that we don't accidentally hit the Class Charlie, and my volume is not the way I want it, so I'm going to do that.
So you're trying to dick me down.
Bayport traffic, Club 1496 is going to be taxiing to runway 18 behind the Bonanza. Bayport. Bayport traffic, Tiger 3 Lima Tango over the shore, continuing south departure, Bayport traffic.
So right about here is where we want to be until we get to the shoreline. We do not want to go above 700 feet. And once we get over the bay, I will then climb up to 1,500 feet to start, and we will then talk to...
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Hawk, thank you for another 100 bits. I really appreciate you. He found all the sounds, Chad. He's found all the sounds. Mr. Sky 1995, thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it. And Kenny Monster, thank you for getting the shout out to Mustafa in the chat for me. Sergeant PC, thanks for coming in today. I appreciate all you guys being here and watching the stream. So we are going to clearing the area into the bay here. We're going to climb up to 1,500 feet. We're going to tune off the Bayport frequency, and I'm going to off-screen, I'm going to cheatsy doodle and type in 134.55 for COM 1. You can see I cheatsy doodled it. It's in there now. And we will go ahead and climb up and get some flight following.
Perfect off 15 Juliet, remember.
Is there anybody on the east side ready to go? I don't know. I can't tell.
I got two. There's the RV7, and then I'm the twin right behind him.
You will hear the communications in the Virtually Safe Flying Club Discord as well. A lot of lightning outside my apartment, so again, if you see me disconnect randomly from the stream, it means I probably lost power, and I apologize. But so far, we're doing good, so hopefully I didn't just jinx it. But I'm not superstitious, so I don't believe in jinxes. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, then thank God. Whoever just called for an IFR clearance out of Bayport, we're only doing VFR. You gotta manually set your sim. No IFR out of Bayport.
175 Sierra, and your departure clearance on request.
New York approach, Cessna 124, Mike Charlie.
Cessna 124, Mike Charlie, New York approach.
New York approach, Cessna 124, Mike Charlie, about 7 miles south of ice slip at 1,500, 152. We'd like to pick up flight following to Kilo Sierra Whiskey Foxtrot via the Skyline route.
124, Mike Charlie, squawk 0120.
0120.
Number 108 Juliet November, radar contact, altitude. Crossing 2,100, Juliet November. Number Number 108 Juliet November, thank you. Turn left heading 060, final maintain 10,000.
Alright, let's see if I can get this plane trimmed out for 1,500 feet here.
Number 124 Mike Charlie radar contact 6 miles south of the Long Island MacArthur Airport, 1,500. Long Island altimeter 2980. You proceed on course, be for altitude, pilot discretion.
On course, our discretion, 2980 for Mike Charlie, thank you. Jeffrey, when you get a chance, if you could private message me all of the pictures that you took as well. When you have time, it can be afterwards.
Number 108 Juliet November, turn left heading 020.
1020, Juliet November.
I think I got this thing pretty well trimmed out, chat. Doesn't seem to be doing too much. We'll just follow the shoreline here now. Eventually we'll go Kennedy to the south and join the Skyline route. It's like it is like a monsoon outside my window right now, chat. It is not great weather outside.
5 miles south of the ice.
This is why we have the sim manually set.
VFR flight following to Wilkes-Barre.
You can get away with a lot in flight sim.
Number 530 Foxtrot near departure, squawk 0107. 010731 Foxtrot. Number 108 Juliet November, turn left heading 350. Contact New York departure.
Pretty well trimmed out here, I think.
0.85.
Left 350.
We got plenty of gas, so we'll cruise at 2,500 RPM. I never did set my DG here, so we should probably do that. Because we're definitely not going east. We're definitely going a little bit to the west here. Right about at a 260, so let me get that set properly. There we go. That's about right. Raincom, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, contact New York approach 128.12.
2812 for Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today. I'm still going to do it the cheatsy doodle way, chat. I'm going to do it off screen. New York approach, good evening. Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, 1,500 VFR.
Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, New York approach, getting altimeter 2978, clearing the Bravo airspace between VFR and outer below 1,500.
Cleared in Bravo airspace, VFR outer below 1,500, and we would like to pick up the Skyline route northbound. Cessna 124 Mike Charlie.
Mike Charlie, Russia. Ticket 1217, Kennedy with 150 and 11 right 22.
Can you guys? Oof, that was a loud piece of thunder. I wonder if you wonder if you guys are gonna be able to hear that over the microphone here for my stream. That was loud. It is a monsoon outside.
Helicopter 525 Victor. Go ahead.
Oh, it's 5 Victor. All right, so I'll line up after you. I'm on the one on the east side under the 330s.
Okay.
It is
sounds good.
Nasty outside. Wow.
Number one on the east side.
Yeah, so I'll pull in behind you.
Alright, perfect. We'll go ahead then.
Keeping our fingers crossed, chat, that I don't lose power here.
I'll call in after you.
Alright, it's pretty bad.
New York approach, JetBlue 20, descending to 120. Thank you.
JetBlue 20, New York approach, getting altimeter 2978.
Beautiful, beautiful paint job here by our good buddy Zach.
The ILS runway to left.
Perfect for the event. Yep, Bayport bust on the panel, Bayport bust on the underwing. Just a phenomenal job. He always does some. He's the one that did my M500 livery, the Coyote livery. He does some fantastic livery work, and I appreciate him very much for doing that for me. Discord. Very nice, but you're on Discord.
He was on both.
Oh, then make sure you don't have the same push to talk, please.
New York approach rather. Hello, Sirius 5331 Foxtrot 1,500.
Just made it call.
you are broadcasting on both Discord and on frequency.
Hello, Kenny altimeter 2978, clearing about airspace between VFR at below 1,500.
Alright, cleared into the Bravo, VFR out below 1,500, 31 Foxtrot. And for 31 Fox, I'd like the South Shore route over to the Skyline route northbound.
Next frequency is going to be 19.1, so I'll go ahead and set that the old-fashioned way now while I'm thinking about it, chat.
Hey Mike, I am a little bit late, but I actually got out of a meeting. Quick question, are we going real weather or are we adjusting?
Yo, you gotta manually adjust it. There's no way you can go real weather. I'm getting walloped by a thunderstorm right now, hoping my power doesn't go out.
Sounds good.
Glad to have you. I'm glad you can make it.
Showing VFR for me and weather.
Well, apparently I was climbing there, chat, and none of you guys told me. Let me go back down below and pretend nobody saw that. I'm at above the 1,500 feet I was restricted to. Nobody saw that, right? Nobody saw that. There we go. We're all better now. Everything's fine. Apparently this thing was not trimmed out the way that I thought. Either that or I think I accidentally hit the throttle because I'm a little bit higher on the RPM than I was before. That might have done it.
Your approach, November 519, Juliet Mike will be you at about 600 feet.
Number 519, Juliet Mike, New York approach, get altimeter 2978, clearance of Bravo airspace between VFR at below 1,500.
Alright, cleared into the Bravo, will maintain VFR at or below 1,500.
It is an absolute light show outside my window right now. It is nuts.
JetBlue 20, descend and maintain 900,000.
But I think the worst of it is starting to get past me, so I think maybe I'm hoping that I'm going to be in the clear here. Again, don't want to jinx it, but I guess I'm not superstitious, so it doesn't matter. Can't jinx something when I'm not superstitious, right? There's a nasty little bow echo, though, that's passing through.
Chile 256, descend and maintain 4,000, turn right heading 0, correction, turn right heading 100. Chile 265, turn right heading 100, 100.
New York approach, number 23 Tango Kilo, VFR westbound 1,000 over the shoreline.
Number 23 Tango Kilo, New York approach, Kenny altimeter 2978, clearance of Bravo airspace between VFR at below 1,500.
Maintain VFR at below 1,500, clear into the Bravo 23 Tango Kilo.
Eventually 265, expect the ILS 22 left approach. Number 5331, Foxtrot contact Kennedy Tower, 119.1.
19-1, CS31 Fox.
124, Mike Charlie, contact Kennedy Tower, 119.1.
119.1 for Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today. Alright, 19-1.
LaGuardia Tower, then 118.7, please. There, cover on LaGuardia.
Sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Yes, LaGuardia Tower, 118.7, 18.7.
118.7, American 2, ID5.
Kenny Tower, good evening. Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, VFR 1,500.
Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, Kennedy Tower, hello, altimeter 2978. What type of Cessna are you?
Cessna 152 going up to Kilo Sierra Whiskey Foxtrot along the Skyline route.
Skyline is Stewart 124 Mike Charlie, roger. You're clear for the Bravo airspace initially about the Skyline westbound, maintain VFR at below 2,000.
VFR at or below 2,000, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie.
Kennedy Tower, hello, Twin Cessna, November 5331 Foxtrot, Cessna 310, eastbound, south shore to the Skyline, northbound, eventually heading to Wilkes-Barre.
Twin Cessna 5331 Foxtrot, Kennedy Tower, good evening to you, the altimeter 2978, clear for the Bravo airspace, south shore westbound, VFR at below 2,000.
Alright, VFR out or below 2,000, clear to the Bravo 3-1 Foxtrot.
Yep, thank you.
And 3-1 Foxtrot, what do you plan to depart the Skyline route, the Alpine Tower?
Yeah, we'll depart it at the Alpine and then head westbound.
Roger, you like play following after the Alpine Tower to Westbury?
All the way if we could.
Roger, thank you.
They're clearing the Bravo at or below 2,000, yes. We're not being assigned a specific altitude. You can go and talk to Jason about that one, as for the Skyline. I guess for Bravo clearance in general.
Number 12140 Bravo X-ray, Kennedy Tower, hello, altimeter 29780, request.
I guess you can give the at or below if they're doing the 500 south shoreline, but for an actual, like, he probably should have told me 1,500 or 2,000.
I don't actually have to talk it off. If you'd like flight following until you get there, though, we can do that.
I also need to maintain the at or, oh, I guess I'm at or below 2,000 now, but I would like to maintain 1,500 feet. This thing is not trimming as well as I thought it was going to.
No worries, you're exactly where I figured you would be.
Also, it's kind of dragging to the right here a little bit. That might be a factor. There's some traffic out there. Get past on our right, which is the correct way to do it.
So then just a quick reminder, it's either we call a New York approach or Kennedy Tower for the transition into the Bravo for the Skyline, right?
Correct. And if you want the flight following right away, you can start with 134.55 out of Bayport. Otherwise, you have to remain clear of the Bravo until you get to that south shoreline where it's 500 or below, and then you would talk to Kennedy Tower.
Oh, okay, understood.
Good fix, and thank you for the 37-month resubscription. Thank you for coming in today.
Number 519 Juliet Mike, Kennedy Tower, hello, the altimeter 2978. What's your aircraft type, please?
Hi, we are having a hard time maintaining altitude, especially for when there's no wind.
2 out of the pack right now. Your sequence appears to be 152. It's your 11 o'clock, about 2 miles for 1,500 feet.
See if I can get this thing wrangled and under control here.
Yeah, we'll look for the traffic 9 to the Mike. Land Chile 265 Kennedy Tower, hello. The wind 15011, right 22 left, clear to land.
The tower, this is number 23 Tango Kilo, 1,500 feet south shoreline, westbound.
November 23 Tango Kilo, Kennedy Tower, hello, the altimeter 2978. Say aircraft type, please.
We are Cirrus.
20 or 22?
22.
Roger. Cirrus 23 Tango Kilo, you cleared through the Bravo airspace out of the South Shore westbound at or below 2,500 VFR.
Alright, clear through the Bravo at or below 2,500, you said 2 Tango Kilo.
At or below 2,000, please, 2,000.
At or below 2,000, we'll keep 15 for now, 23 Tango Kilo, and just, if the other guy didn't tell you, we're going to do the Skyline northbound too.
Roger. And Comanche 9er, Juliet Mike, that traffic at your 11 o'clock now, 3 miles, they're pulling away slowly.
A lot of people doing the Skyline, which was the hope.
And Juliet Mike, we're looking for the traffic, we don't have it in sight yet, but we'll keep looking. Number 5331 Foxtrot, traffic at your 12 o'clock, westbound, altitude indicates 300, type unknown, westbound on the South Shore.
Insight, 31 Fox.
Sure.
Kennedy Tower, de Havilland 493 Lima Tango, approximately 10 miles to your southeast. I'm trying to stay outside your airspace, but we don't have a GPS, so let me know if you need me going somewhere else.
De Havilland 493 Lima Tango, Kennedy Tower, hello, the altimeter 2978, and if you have a transponder on board with Mode Charlie, we can make this easy. Number 493 Lima Tango, squawk 277 2773 and ident.
Squawk 2773, 3 Lima Tango.
I'm going to maintain, or try to maintain as best as I can, the 1,500 feet. I'm not doing a very good job of maintaining my altitude so far tonight.
Tower,
but again, this is the base model 152 and not the JP Logistics. And I can't seem to get the trim to get just right.
That works. You are radar contact 13 miles southeast of Kennedy Airport. Continue on navigation, and if it looks like you will impinge upon the Bravo airspace, I'll give you vectors. What type of de Havilland are you?
We're a Tiger Moth.
Tiger Moth, roger.
Yeah, cruise speed is only 70 knots, so we're going slow. Thanks. Green Lima Tango.
Tiger Moth. I'm gonna have to look at what that is, chat. Not the insect, Google the airplane. It is this guy right here. Oh, neat. That's definitely a little old school. What do we got? We got Helsingborg. Or Heisenberg. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Hi, sweetie.
VFR 1,500.
Alright, after Park, we'll go to the VZ at 1531 Fox.
In that previous traffic on the South Shore is no fact you passed.
Yeah, we saw. We went overhead 31 Fox.
Tango Bravo, thanks for coming in today. The Aviator, thanks for coming in today. Yep, DH-84 is the Tiger Moth.
Coming up on Jones Beach.
My sim is going to start getting a little laggy here with New York City, so bear with me. Also, the pilot is very loud, I've noticed. So we're going to try and turn that down. Not up, down.
Roger, thank you.
There we go.
2651.
And then we're going to try and get back to maintaining our altitude. Man, we're not maintaining our altitude very well.
That's 31 Foxtrot, contact Newark Tower 118.3 for the Skyline clearance. Have a good day.
18-3, we'll go over 31 Foxtrot. Have a good one.
Yeah. 0223 Tango Kilo traffic here. 12 o'clock and 7 miles westbound at 300 indicated, type unknown.
We see the low level guy. Kilo.
We Tango Kilo, roger. Contact the Newark Tower now 118.3. Have a good day.
18-3, yeah.
Some reason this plane also wants to drag to the right, or drag to the left, excuse me. I'm always constantly like holding the yoke here to the right.
4 miles east of Jones Beach.
Wow, that was a big flash of lightning. That just lit up my entire apartment. Good lord.
Helicopter. We're looking to follow the south shoreline of staying low under the shelf with traffic pressures.
Well, it's 59 Whiskey Foxtrot to Gulfstream first. Your radar contact 4 miles southeast of the Kennedy Air.
Good God.
Altitude indicates 1,700.
I'll find out this question.
Kennedy Tower, this is Skyline November 81 Bravo Zulu out in the Bravo airspace, 1,200 feet.
81 at Bravo Zulu, Kennedy Tower, good evening, the altimeter 2978.
Altimeter 2978, November 81 Bravo Zulu.
31 Bravo Zulu, traffic at your vehicle.
What'd you say?
A mile and a half westbound, 1,000 VFR outside of the Bravo also is a Tiger Moth.
Ma, the meatloaf.
I will keep an eye out for him. I don't have contact at the moment. November 81 Bravo Zulu.
November 9 or Juliet Mike, you are flying the Skyline route, correct, through the Bravo?
9 Juliet Mike, Dayton. We'd like to go northbound through the Skyline.
Roger, 9 or Juliet Mike, after you pass the Breezy Point Park, then proceed to the Verrazano Bridge VFR 1 at 1,500.
Archeos 1X, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you, 9 Juliet Mike, contact the Newark Tower now 118.3, have a good day.
Working on my posture. Alright, let's get 19.3 primed up and ready to go. That'll be our next frequency. My neck is still a work in progress. I'm definitely paying attention to my posture a lot. Moving around a lot, which is why I don't have my webcam up, because you guys see me just constantly...
Yeah, there was a helicopter, I believe it was maybe
I'm not drinking anything currently, Tango Bravo.
Near Jones Beach.
Affirmative. Helicopter 525 Victor, now 2 miles east of Jones Beach.
westbound along the shoreline.
Here is
Stay low on the shoreline.
JFK in all its glory.
Absolutely, 525 Victor. Say again the type helicopter, please. Hotel 500. Helicopter 25 Victor, Roger, squawk 7647, that's 7647 and IDEN. Squawk 7647 and IDEN, helicopter 525 Victor. Then Chile 265, cross. Oh.
Kennedy Tower, W20 on final runway 29.
JetBlue 20, Kennedy Tower, good evening. The wind 150, at 11, no gust. Runway 22 left, little one.
Runway 22 left, clear to land, W2.
Helicopter 25 Victor, radar contact, position as reported. Traffic miles off your position, turning northwest bound at 1,600 is a Gulfstream 100. Disregard the no factor. F5 Victor, Roger. And 25 Victor, do you need a Bravo clearance or can you follow the shoreline westbound at a below 500? We'll follow the shoreline westbound below 500. Helicopter 25 Victor. Roger. For Mike Charlie, after Breezy Point Park, proceed to Verrazano Bridge VFR at 1,500.
Alright, Breezy Point, then Verrazano at 1,500. So that's the 124, Mike Charlie. So there's our specific altitude for the skyline is 1,500.
For the Bravo airspace, turn 20 degrees left. 20 degrees left.
We can descend at any time you like, airplane. Thank you. Come on now.
1 Bravo Zulu, are you looking to join the Bravo airspace and then follow the skyline northbound to Stewart? Is that correct?
That's where all the PD helicopters live, or at least take off out of a lot down there.
1 at Bravo Zulu, Roger, then you're clear to the Bravo airspace by present position, VFR at or below 1,500. And fly heading 300 vectors for the Verrazano Narrows approach.
Okay, heading 300 vectors for the bridge, November 81 Bravo Zulu.
November 81 Bravo Zulu. First, you'll see the Breezy Point Park, which is the west edge of the South Shore, advising you have it in sight. It's about 15 miles from 12 bucks.
I will advise when I have the park in sight, November 81 Bravo Zulu.
Delta 4 Mike Charlie, contact Newark Tower at 118.3. Have a good day.
18-3 for Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today.
2.
November 23 Tango Kilo, contact Guardian Tower 118.7. See ya.
18-7, see you later. 23 Tango Kilo.
Newark Tower, good evening. Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, 1,500.
November 124 Mike Charlie, Newark Tower, hello. Altimeter 2979er. Proceed direct to Verrazano towards skyline northbound.
Direct to Verrazano and northbound for Mike Charlie. Thank you. There is the poorly modeled Verrazano Bridge right off the nose, chat. This base model 152 does not hold altitude to save it is life. So we're going to have to milk the yoke all night long here. Especially pay more attention to it while we're in the skyline, but we'll also do some city views as well. I'm not going to leave you guys hanging on the good views in the stream here. New Jersey off to our left. Had we decided to go to Trenton, we would have been making the left turn along that shoreline over there. But since we're going up to Stewart, we're going to follow the Hudson northbound, get the skyline tour, and go to what used to be my home airport. Sarge TPC, thank you. Yes, this scenery was made to me by Zach B, one of the admin of the Flying Club, and it is glorious, to say the least.
519 Charlie at Mike, contact LaGuardia.
X-Pilot keeps crashing? Well, that's not a good sign.
18.7, see ya.
LaGuardia Tower 1879, Charlie Mike.
So 18.7 is going to be our next frequency, so we'll go get that tuned up and ready. Chat. That'll be when we switch to LaGuardia, or as I like to call it, LaGarbage. But I will say LaGuardia on frequency, because we're going to keep it professional here, right? And we still got a whole handful of aircraft that are on the ground at Bayport, chat. We are gonna have ourselves a record-breaking evening for sure for the Virtue USA Flying Club in terms of attendance, because we do combine the number of pilots as well as our friends that are controlling any event. And I think we're gonna break the record of 52 tonight pretty easily, just from the eyeball test. We might just have 52 pilots alone. Let's see. I count maybe 46 pilots, if my eyeballs are being correct to me on VATSPY for now, with a few more I think still to come, and that would be pretty impressive in and of itself. That would make the record for just pilots alone, I believe, for any event.
Newark Tower.
And then you add in the ATC, which there is at least 10 or 11 NYRTCC controllers that are also Flying Club members that we're going to have a record breaker here, no doubt about it.
Newark Tower, hello, altimeter 2979er. Continue direct Verrazano, join.
2979er, direct the Verrazano Bridge, November 81 Bravo.
Stand by. New York City and all its base model Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 glory. I do not have any add-ons for New York City in MSFS, so you get whatever it generates with the base model here. Do you have the free sim stuff from yes, exactly. This is the default stuff for the I think the only thing I do have is I do have some of the bridges. So you can see these bridges I think is a scenery that I added, and then the George Washington Bridge and the Tappan Zee Bridge I also added. So those will be the only things that'll look a little bit better. Otherwise this is just the default New York City. And again, we're flying the Hudson River Skyline route northbound here at 1,500 feet on our way up to Stewart International Airport. Weather looks great. Wouldn't look like this if we had real weather. And when we land at Stewart, chat, I am going to then put the sim to real weather and show you guys why we had to force the sim weather to VFR. Now, daytime was a given because you can't fly at night at Bayport. But we'll show you why we had to force the sim to manual VFR weather when we land on the ground at Stewart. I'll put the real weather on and you'll see.
Charlie, contact recording tower 118.7, see ya.
118.7 for my Charlie. Thanks for coming in today. Guardia Tower, good evening. Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, 1,500.
I want to 4 Mike Charlie, LaGuardia Tower, welcome, LaGuardia altimeter 2977.
2977, 4 Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, maintain the front at 1,500.
1,500, 4 Mike Charlie. Someone played that fart noise. Thanks for that.
Control of Alpha American 285.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get the back view now
Showroom Alpha on Atway Building.
of the city, and we'll go ahead and get, there's the Empire State Building and Madison Square Garden.
American 285.
Give you guys the little wing view. Let me get my altitude corrected here. Still some lightning going on outside. This thunderstorm is never ending outside of my apartment.
Give you a turn up the cross.
Cross runway 22.
Coming up on Central Park in our beautiful 5-year anniversary livery.
Spear wings 3930, contact your departure, have a good day. Up to departure, thank you. Spear wings 3930. See you.
Beautiful. We all know it was really me with the, yeah, I mean, it is true. I do be farting. Coming up on Yankee Stadium, Gabriel Hernandez, thanks for coming in today. Of course you would know exactly, like 6 cents on when I was about to pass Yankee Stadium. Of course the Mets had to go and lose today, 3-2. They're just so hot and cold lately. It's hard to nail down whether they actually want to be in the playoffs or not.
Cross runway 22 and carry American 285.
Coming up to the George Washington Bridge. I'm drifting a little bit too far over to the west side of the river here. I want to stay really more to the east side of the river. So let me get that corrected. Drifting just a tad. Yeah, that was yesterday. Severino pitched the complete game shutout. That was pretty awesome. But then today they went and lost this afternoon 3-2. They just couldn't get the offense going today. So
they're next, second right turn to the right.
Still very much in the hunt, but they're a little too inconsistent right now to make me really think that they're going to actually be able to get into the playoffs, let alone do any kind of damage in the playoffs. I really don't think this is certainly not a Mets team that's going to win theirs Yankee Stadium. Certainly not a Mets team that's going to go win the World Series this year. It's also certainly not a Yankee team that's going to go win the World Series this year either with their inconsistencies. I'm just going to say that, Gabe. I think we're going to just have to face facts. Hank the Tank, thanks for coming in today. I can see the hospital where I was born. Nice. So you were born in the Bronx. You're in. There was probably a lot of people.
November 81 Bravo Zulu.
Or maybe not a lot of people, but 120.8 for Mike Charlie. See you. Thanks for coming in today. Probably a handful of people in the chat that probably were born in the Bronx. I was not. I was born a little bit further up the Hudson Valley here.
Wing 3930 contact. Near 0.8 today.
This is 120.8. Is it not 3930?
120.85. 28.
28.
New York approach. Good evening, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, 1,500.
Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, New York. Evening, Rochester,
291.
170 Victor,
departure. Radar contact to direct white.
You can see that it's actually a nicely done George Washington Bridge that I got downloaded. The Tappan Z1 is better, but not as good as it could be. You see the Alpine Tower here as well off our left.
New York approach Southwest 1597 with Zulu 10,000.
Southwest 1597, your departure correction to approach. Hello, with radio altimeter 2977.
There is a lot of us all scattered about here tonight, chat.
ILS 22 approach 77.
Beautiful thing. See all this general aviation.
Direct white, climb maintain 12,000.
Climb and maintain 12,000, right, and proceed direct where? Sorry, 117, there we go.
1170, Victor, yes sir. Direct white, direct white.
Is that LV? 117, there we go.
White, Whiskey, Hotel, India, Tango, Echo.
Proceed direct white, 117, there we go.
Your approach and down and breathe on Echo Romeo, level step down 500.
309 Echo Romeo, New York departure, hello.
New York approach, Sirius 335 Charlie Papa, level 6,000.
There's 335 Charlie Papa, here, hello. Approach, number 326, Mike 5, when you 6,000. 326, Mike, New York, hello. Number 1170, Victor, are you direct white? What are you doing?
168th and Broadway, Upper Manhattan.
Oh, never mind, I'm sorry. I'll go direct white at 117, Victor.
No, not anymore. Remember 1170 Victor, fly at 270 vectors for traffic.
Oh, the New Yorkers coming out in this one. The New Yorkers coming out in our New York approach controller here. People aren't listening to what they're supposed to be doing. The non-flying club members trying to fly IFR, what are they thinking? They should be joining the flying club on this event.
Cessna 182 November 81 Bravo Zulu running up the Hudson for Stewart at 1,500 feet.
Stand by Southwest 1587, traffic down here at 10 o'clock and 10 mile citation westbound 8,000. Number 225 Charlie Papa, proceed direct Carmel.
Direct Carmel, we are currently for 325 Charlie Papa.
Southwest 1597, set a maintain 7,000.
7,000 Southwest 1597.
Number 81 Bravo Zulu, near approach, hello, Westchester altimeter 2981.
Westchester altimeter 2981, November 81 Bravo Zulu.
Number 519 Juliet, line contact, near approach 120.85.85.
Alright, 2085, 9 to the leg.
It's on, but it's not on. I've got it hidden. I've got it hidden. You want to see? Here, look. Ready? Ready? Boom. Where do you see it? It can't see it. I want to use the webcam because I don't need you to see me constantly moving around in my chair to keep my neck in a good position. It's also hot as heck in here now after this weather moved by. Let me get the AC going a little bit lower.
Contact near center when the word direct, thank you.
Okay, I got steps here, Victor. That was for 7th year.
Doing a better job of maintaining the 1,500 feet, at least now, chat. And you can see we got the new Tappan Z Bridge. All nice and nice. I gotta turn the ATC back up on the air traffic controllers now.
Correction, number 72 Echo Victor. Just to verify, you stay with me, sir. Number 733 Echo Victor, New York.
Still a bunch of lightning outside my window. Jeez, this is like the never-ending storm right now that's passing through. From start of the stream, well, not start of the stream, but from the start of the briefing till now, it's been non-stop lightning and thunder outside. And that's why we're not using real weather, chat, because you don't see any thunder and lightning, which is good. Real weather would be horrendous right now in the sim.
Any chance we can climb to 10,000? Just give me 1 second. Charlie Golf Romeo, sir, contact your tower 18-3, 18-3, Charlie Golf Romeo, Sierra. 335, Charlie Papa, sorry about that, climb 18-10, 10,000. 10, 10,000, thanks, 335, Charlie Papa.
I would say that we're doing quite well, attendance-wise, chat. I think we're doing good on the ATC side so far. I think this has been a great fight so far. Thanks for coming in today. I appreciate you being here for the Virtue USA Flying Club 5-year anniversary event. We got our nice special 5-year anniversary livery in our 152 as we're barreling up north down, barreling up north up the Hudson to Stewart.
American 2025, are you on the departure?
Vaki, thank you for coming in today.
American 2025.
Sorry, can you repeat that, please? American 2025.
American 2025, it seems like you busted Kennedy airspace. Were you on the main lab departure?
I'm not sure, just apart from LaGuardia, American 2025.
Yes, sir. So what departure were you flying?
I didn't get told a departure, American 225.
Your TITL says that you did, but never mind. Proceed direct white climb 18-1 You gotta pay attention to that, sir, because you just busted Kennedy's airspace.
Alright, so my bad, American 225.
New York approach, Gulfstream 159, Lucy Foxtrot.
These pilots are always lying, chat.
Alpine Tower.
Number 159, Lucy Foxtrot.
What is your problem, my friend? I might be able to help you, I might not. I honestly don't know. But what have you got going on? I'll see if I can help you out here.
Return right heading 090, climb 18-10,000. That's 1597, turn left heading 010, it's going to maintain 4,000, that's final. Left 010, 4,000, Southwest 1597. American 2025, contact near departure 10.85.
120.85, American 2025.
New York approach, 065 Charter Papa. Any chance we can get a heading of about 250 for weather deviation? 335 Charlie Papa, Roger, fly heading 250, advise you're ready to go back on course. 250, we'll advise 335 Charter Papa, thanks. 033 Kilo, contact military approach 120.95.
At around 10,000 feet, my sim freezes, and when it comes back, my nose pitches up and the plane stalls. It could be, if you're talking about Microsoft Flight Simulator, it could be a glitch. There's sometimes when the weather changes in the sim Microsoft Flight Simulator, it glitches like that. Not uncommon, I've had it before myself. Unfortunately, I don't know a way to fix it. Unfortunately, I don't know how to fix it, I'm sorry. But it is a glitch that I've experienced myself before, sometimes, especially at the higher altitudes when there's a big weather change, weather update.
Skyhawk 733 Echo Victor, New York, hello. Skyhawk 733 Echo Victor, the derail altimeter now 29er, 79er.
And approach Twin Comanche, Charlie Golf Golf Romeo Sierra.
So we're going to cut the corner here a little bit, chat, to get towards this part of the river here. Make sure we stay away from the West Point restricted area.
Charlie Golf Golf Romeo Sierra, Roger, your altimeter is 2977.
2977, Charlie Golf Golf Romeo Sierra, thanks.
That's a 1597, turn right, heading at 040, descending maintain 4000.
Right 040 down to 4000, Southwest 1597.
There's still a bunch of aircraft on the ground at Bayport, chat. This is wild.
Lima Golf, looking to pick up IFR clearance to Boston.
We're almost all the way to Stewart in a 152, and there's still guys that are waiting to depart out of Bayport.
1 Bravo, Zulu, traffic at your 1 to 2 o'clock, 2 miles, Cessna 1005.
Safe to say we are going to
I have the traffic in sight.
Break our record tonight.
November 81 Bravo Zulu.
Hotel Alpha. What airport are you going to? Challenger 6 Mike Keep direct, correction, direction Rad, land the ILS 19 approach. Correction, fly the RNAV 19 approach. Visual 6 Mike at we're requesting runway 6. Mike, Roger, plan, visual, actually plan the ILS runway 6, approach for UT 180, it's going to be 84,000. For 110 ILS 06, number 06, Mike.
There's the Bear Mountain Bridge right here that we're coming up to, chat.
Mike, turn, right turn, heading 20. Right 180, right merchant. Southwest 1597, turn right into
Coming up the Hudson Valley to Stewart.
Right 090 2000, Southwest 1597.
Another area that I'm very familiar with. Here's West Point.
Go for 0 Hotel Alpha. November 410 Hotel Alpha. What airport is your destination?
Trenton, Tango November.
Make the hard right turn here, so we don't go into the restricted area. Actually, I lied. That's not West Point. That's Bear Mountain off the left. West Point's coming up on our left, so I was wrong. West Point is actually right here, where my mouse is. So we were looking at Bear Mountain before, and now West Point is off my left front here, where I'm circling my mouse. That's West Point. Let me get my positions right here. If you don't do live weather, then I guess I would imagine you probably won't have that issue, because that is definitely an issue that I usually only get when I'm doing the live weather, to answer your question.
The New York approach, Sheriff Street.
Followers, resub from Good Fixins.
290, we're trying to split a gap.
225 Charlie Papa, Roger, flight 293.
290,
So there's West Point off of our left.
410 Alpha Hotel, contact Philly approach 120.9. Correction. Contact Philly approach 128.40.
That's for November 410 Hotel Alpha?
410 Hotel Alpha, affirmative. Contact Philly approach 128.40.
Alright, 28.4 for 0 Hotel Alpha. Thanks for the service.
Yep.
New York approach, good evening. This is American 541, set a flight level 160, descending to 8,000.
American 541, New York approach, plan direct to Spain, ILS from the approach,
So that's up expect ILS runway 22, American 541.
American 541, turn left now, headed left turn at 180.
Left 180, American 541.
Number 124, Mike Charlie, contact your approach 120.85. Thank you.
20.85 for my Charlie. Thanks for coming in today.
Sky 3 Echo Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to do a practice approach, runway 9, ILS, look direct, Gilly, turn.
Sounds like you're using 9 at Stewart. Let's pull up the ATIS.
Sky 3 Echo Victor, I have your request.
Runway 9.
Turn left heading
ATIS Delta.
270 for now.
Okay, turn left 270.
United 1053, contact Boston Center 134.7.
134.7.
Approach, good evening. Cessna 124, Mike Charlie, 1,500.
124 Mike Charlie, New York approach. Stewart altimeter 2979er.
2979, and we'll let you know when we get the field of sight for Mike Charlie.
4 Mike Charlie, thank you very much.
New York approach, Cessna 182, November 81, Bravo Zulu, 1,500 feet up the Hudson.
There is 733 Echo Victor, traffic 3 o'clock in 4 miles, turning same direction, turning northbound, altitude indicates 1,500, type unknown.
New York departure, good evening, it's Japan Air 5, flying heading 1010, 11,000.
And approach 4 Mike Charlie. We have the field in sight. We can cancel the flight following at this time.
Japan 5 Heavy, New York departure, clear direct Reiki, climb maintain 17,000.
Clear direct Gregory up to 17,000, Japan Air 5.
Air 4 Mike Charlie, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, and contact tower 121.0.
Squawk VFR over to the tower. Thanks for coming in today, 4 Mike Charlie.
And remember, 33
Let's go to 21-0 and talk to the tower.
Want to do the
Stewart Tower, good evening. Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is about 8 miles to the southeast, inbound for a full stop with Delta.
124 Mike Charlie, Stewart Tower, Stewart altimeter 2979er. Center right downwind, runway 9er.
Right downwind, runway 9er, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie. Alright, chat, if you guys want to start getting landing rate guesses into the chat, you can use a positive or negative number, means the same thing. You do not need exclamation point predict, although we all know Kenny Monster is going to do it because that's just what he does. And we'll be using Volanta to rate my landing on runway 9 at Stewart this evening in the old 152. So again, get a landing rate guess in. Now is the time as we are approaching Stewart International Airport. Lanky, thank you for coming in today. Thank you for the follow. Again, we are just at the very end of our flight to Stewart here for the Virtual USA Flying Club 5-year anniversary event. I'm going to land at Stewart. I'm going to change the weather to live weather so you can see why we manually...
Charlie, traffic from left downwind runway 9er, T38, doing pattern work for sight.
Look for the traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie. Looks like we're going to be following a T38, it sounds like.
Stewart Tower, 182, November 81, Bravo Zulu, approaching the field from the southeast.
For 81 Bravo Zulu, Stewart Tower, good afternoon. Can you make a left 360, please? Get between space between the 152 attitude.
Sure, left 360 for November 81 Bravo Zulu.
50 feet off center line? Damn. Not much confidence from snow skier.
124 Mike Charlie, that traffic is 1 mile final, runway 9er.
Traffic in sight, 4 Mike Charlie. See if I can get a good landing out of this thing.
Number 81 Bravo Zulu was established down, you can enter right downwind runway 9er, so we don't send 2979er.
We'll enter a right downwind for runway 19, 2979er, November 81 Bravo Zulu.
Number 81 Bravo Zulu is runway 9er.
Oh, sorry, runway 9er for November 81 Bravo Zulu.
You are very predictable, Kenny Monster. Alright, let's start slowing this thing down here as we're coming up into the 45 degree for the right downwind runway 9er. We're going to go ahead and get the carb heat on. All the lights are on. Get into the white arc, first notch flaps.
402, traffic to 152, entering the left, correction, the right downwind runway 9, report site.
Is that wind 402?
402, wind 14010, runway 9er, clear to the option.
They clear the option, runway 9, wind 402, welcome.
And for my Charlie, right downwind.
That's the 4 Mike Charlie, extend downwind, I'll call your base.
Send the downwind, you call our base, that's the 124 my Charlie.
402, base cleared up.
I think I know that voice, chat. I think we've got one of our buddies that was one of the participants in the Virtual USA Flying Club Air Show is buzzing around Stewart while we do our event this evening. Excellent. Get to add a little bit of, just a little bit of more flair to the event this evening. I love it. You can see Stewart Airport in all its glory. One of the handmade sceneries by Microsoft Flight Sim, and they did a pretty good job.
Mike Charlie, base turn, your discretion. Number 2, following T38 traffic, short final runway 9er, cross jet blast. Wind 14010, runway 9er, clear to land number 2.
Traffic in sight, clear to land number 2, says the runway 9, says the 124 Charlie. Almost forgot to say the runway. Get our base turn here, second notch flaps. Little high, but we got that big displace. We'll turn our final notch flaps. Gonna need power in this thing. Not terrible, not great, but not terrible. We're gonna have that wind coming from about the 150-ish, so we got the slight crosswind.
And wind 402, request low approach at or above 500 over the ground.
Wyman 402, you can expect low approach clearance.
Look at Wyman 402.
Stewart Tower, November 81 Bravo Zulu, just entered the right downwind for runway 9.
That's the 1 Bravo Zulu, roger, center downwind, I'll call base.
Look at this thing getting pushed.
Downwind, you'll call base, November 81 Bravo Zulu.
By the wind, this thing...
Zulu traffic, about your 2 o'clock on the other downwind is a T38 report site.
I have the traffic in sight for November 81 Bravo.
Gonna have to go full rudder on this guy.
Thank you. Number 4, Mike Charlie, exit right when able, contact ground point 9er.
Right when able, ground point 9, former Charlie. That was pretty good.
Wyman 402, base is base turn your discretion, or runway 9er clear for the option. On the go, left close traffic.
Wyman 402, left close, clear the option, base. Stewart Tower, helicopter.
Stewart ground, good evening, Cessna 124, Mike Charlie's clear on Alpha 4, going to signature.
November 124, Mike Charlie, Stewart ground, good evening, taxi signature via Alpha Charlie, have good night.
Alpha Charlie to signature for 124, Mike Charlie, thanks for coming in today.
No problem, and hope you enjoy it.
Heck yeah. We did it, chat. Put the carb heat away, the flaps are up. And there's the T-38 buzzing by. We got a landing rate of minus 88, chat. I will show you the proof here. And exactly 1G landing. I would say that that was a pretty good landing. Minus 88 feet per minute, 1G. On the nose. Pretty good. So I think we might have a tie for the closest for 88. Because 99 and 77 are both 11 away from 88. And I think those are the two closest. So I think Dub Aviator and Good Fixin's tied. It's the first time we've had that happen. Pretty impressive. Good job, guys. Good guessing, good guessing. I'm not in Streamception, am I? No, I'm not. Okay.
So my last one out. Is it okay to reload at a different airport and finish the flight from where nearby my last position?
If you had an issue with the sim, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So we have 2 winners. Pretty crazy. Now, if we were doing the Price is Right rules, where if you go over that it doesn't count, then that would actually make the winner be Dub Aviator. But we don't play Price is Right rules when it comes to line rate guesses, so it's okay. You guys both tie. Where on the center line was I? That's a good question. The answer is... I'm pretty sure I was slightly to the left of center line, to be honest with you. Pretty sure I was slightly left of center. Oh, I'm not even in the ramp yet. What am I doing? Go get ourselves some princess parking here over at Signature. We'll call that good. We'll pull the parking brake. And we'll shut it down. Ground the mags. Volanta says the flight is done. I say, yes, the flight is done. We have arrived. Alright, so now you guys want to see what the real weather looks like and why we had to force the sim? Here you go. That is why we had to force VFR conditions in the sim. Because the real weather is... There it is. I was about to say, it looked like it was slowly kicking in. That's the real weather. Right now. And so that is the reason why we did the manual sim adjustments. Because it was going to be pretty hard to do a VFR flight tonight. The Virtually Safe Flying Club just has some very awful luck when it comes to getting good real-world weather for our events. We did have good weather, though, like I've been saying, though, for the air show. So I guess I'll, you know, take what I can get when it comes to that stuff. So let's go back to the nice clear skies so we can watch. Where did that T-38 go? Did he just land? Anyways. Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit of talking, chat, before we shut down the stream this evening. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to coming in today for everyone that's been watching the stream. Thank you to all my Virtually Safe Flying Club members for being a part of the Virtually Safe Flying Club, being a part of this 5-year anniversary event. It's just a fantastic... Oh, I should probably mark myself for attendance while I'm talking. It's just a fantastic club. Great group of people that I've come to know and enjoy flying with very much on the VATSIM network, doing all this general aviation stuff, and more people that are just also interested in general aviation and want to spread the love of general aviation. So, it's a good thing. There's that fighter jet. There it is. So, yeah, 5 years has definitely flown by in a hurry. We're going to disconnect from the network here now, so that I can close up shop here. But 5 years has gone by in a hurry, and I'm happy and thankful for everyone that is a part of the flying club. And it's just, we got to continue to grow, continue to push the love of general aviation onto the VATSIM network. Encourage, I should say, instead of push general aviation on the VATSIM network. Was the Fighter Jet a club member? I believe he is. Trying to think what else I want to say. We do have a big, the Virtually Safe Flying Club and the Pilot Club are combining with that USA for a big general aviation event that's coming up in November. I actually have the banner for that now. Let me go and pull that up for you guys. You guys will get a sneak peek of that here on the stream. Once I can... Oh, I got a couple of emails I got to look at from the VAT USA events guy, but let me go ahead and show you guys. Let me pull it up. Come on, where is it? Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Here we go. So there it is. That's going to be the General Aviation Appreciation Day. So we're talking about an event all the way down in November. But this is for your future planning on November 17th, 2024 from 3 p.m. Eastern to, I believe it's going to go to 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be doing a full-on VAT USA-wide general aviation event open to the public. We're working with VAT USA and the Pilot Club to make this happen. See if we can have just a big day of general aviation in VAT USA on the VATSIM network. So that's going to be coming up November 17th. There's your little preview. Thank you for sticking around for the stream. That's what you guys get for hanging around this whole time. One more look at the Flying Club livery. I'm also going to give the link to the Virtually Safe Flying Club Discord one more time in the stream, so if you're not already a member, please, if you're a VATSIM member, you enjoy flying GA, or want to learn more about GA, we do discovery flights as well now. Jeffrey is
that was unreadable.
Jeffrey is starting to do a bunch of his discovery flights now for newer people that maybe aren't comfortable with GA or VATSIM in general even. He started to do those as well. So if you love general aviation, you're a VATSIM member, join the Discord. We'd love to have more members join us for events like this one. We do 4 to 6 events every month, and we're getting ready for year 6. How about that? So that's going to do it for me this evening, chat. Thank you guys so much for attending the stream. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the little videos of Bayport, real world Bayport at the start. I hope you guys enjoyed the flight, the briefing, everything, and we're going to hand you guys off now to someone else. Let me see who is still streaming this particular event so that we can give you another view of what is going on. So we do have our good buddy Jeffrey B. Jeffrey B streaming, and he is, let's see where he's at, because if he's, he just landed already, so we're going to have to go to someone else here. Let's see who we got. We got Slan Alpha. Is he still flying? Yes, Slan Alpha is still flying. So we'll go ahead and hand it off to Slan Alpha Adventures. He was the one that had that last video from the Real World Bayport fly-in last year. So go say hello to him. Thank you all so much for coming in today. For the followers, resubscriptions, I appreciate you guys. For all the Flying Club members watching, thank you for making the Virtually Safe Flying Club amazing. And with that, I say good night. Say hello to Rob Shearman for me, please.
Yeah, we're ignoring the altimeters.